Hey everybody, it is Rick, and I am back here with a bit of a different studio review unboxing video. And the reason I say that is last week I was pretty under the weather, a tough week, feeling better now. And I have a pile of stuff that was sent to me from Warner Brothers Home Entertainment, Lionsgate Home Entertainment, as well as Mill Creek Entertainment. And I want to show all that to you guys and get a video where everything is shown in the video. There's some stuff that come out this Tuesday. I'm recording this on the 19th of September. So this will drop tomorrow on the 20th. So we'll have a normal week with my videos. Tomorrow will be a review video. Friday will be a pickup video. But like I said, lots of titles to talk about here. Some catalog titles, a new release, a documentary series, and we're going to dive right in. The first thing here was sent over to me from Warner Brothers Home Entertainment, and that is the 50th anniversary 4K of A Clockwork Orange, the Stanley Kubrick classic. Definitely a very twisted film, a film that is a rough watch for sure, but a brilliant film nonetheless. So we have the 4K here, like I said, the 50th anniversary with the cool sticker on the cover. There is going to be a steelbook at Best Buy for this. It comes with the Movies Anywhere digital copy code. And then for disc artwork, we have a couple orange discs, one for the 4K, one for the Blu-ray. Now the 4K also includes, as well as the Blu-ray, the commentary track, which if I'm not mistaken, I have a note here, is Malcolm McDowell and Nick Redman. So Malcolm McDowell and Nick Redman do the commentary, and that's on the Blu-ray as well as the 4K here. So also included are the same bonus features that were on this here. I should have just pulled this. So I have the digibook as well, which I'm not sure if I'm going to hold on to now that I have the 4K. And the transfer on the 4K is a tremendous improvement, in my opinion, over the Blu-ray. So the Blu-ray does include, I'll probably end up keeping the Blu-ray because the Blu-ray set that I have has Clockwork Orange, but it also has Oh Lucky Malcolm and Stanley Kubrick, A Life in Pictures, which is a documentary about Stanley Kubrick. So I'm probably going to keep that now that I realize that it includes that. But it also has Still Ticking, The Return of Clockwork Orange, which is a documentary that was on British TV back in the day. Great Bolshoi Yarblakos, and that is a making of Clockwork Orange. And this is all on Blu-ray. The 4K disc does not have it. Turning Like Clockwork, which is... Turning Like Clockwork was like looking back, I believe, at the 50th anniversary, if I'm not mistaken. So that might be a newer feature. Malcolm McDowell looks back. So it's Malcolm McDowell looking back at the time that he spent filming this. And then, according to this, I'm a bit confused. And I'll leave a note here. I'll double check. It says on my paper that it includes Oh Lucky Malcolm, which is the full-length documentary about Malcolm McDowell that's on the Blu-ray. But it doesn't mention it on the actual case. So I'm going to put a note like under me, hopefully. I'm going to remember. I'll pop this in because I didn't watch the Blu-ray. I just, looked at the 4K for a little while to see how beautiful it was, because Warner Brothers is knocking it out of the park with these 4K remasters. Goonies, Beetlejuice, a movie that I'm going to talk about next, like big improvements over the Blu-ray releases. So this says Oh Lucky Malcolm on my paperwork. It doesn't say it on here. Like I said, I'll mention it down below if it does include that documentary or not. But yes, A Clockwork Orange, the 50th anniversary 4K, comes out this Tuesday in stores anywhere that carry physical media, I would assume. Also Amazon and deep discount and places like that. So Clockwork Orange. What do we got next here? Also from Warner Brothers. This came out last week, and this is probably one of the most, I would say one of the most popular films of all time. It's a movie I personally got on board pretty late in the game too, sadly. But it's an absolute classic, and glad to see it got a 4K, and that is the Shawshank Redemption. Obviously the Stephen King, based on the Stephen King book, directed by Frank Darabont, starring Tim Robbins, Morgan Freeman. This movie is just fantastic. So you have the slipcover and the artwork there. I also own the digibook of this, so it'll be a tough thing to get rid of, but we'll see. Movies Anywhere digital copy, and then a little bit different artwork. You have the standard gray Blu-ray, and then like a dark blue 4K disc there. And then, of course, this is available now. This came out last Tuesday, the 14th of September. It was preserved by the United States Library of Congress in 2015 as part of the National Film Registry, which they take important films in cinema history and preserve them for years and years to come. So this has commentary by Frank Darabont on the 4K as well as the Blu-ray. And then the Blu-ray has some bonus features. Hope Springs Eternal, which is a look back at Shawshank, kind of like behind the scenes. That's about a half an hour runtime. Shawshank the Redeeming Feature, which is about 48 minutes long. And that's basically a look back at how important this movie was, how it influenced other filmmakers and the popularity of the film. Then there's the Shark Tank Redemption, which is about 25 minutes, and it's like a spoof on Hollywood. I didn't watch that, but I kind of did some research on it, skimmed through it. There's a few storyboards for Bob's Takes a Fall and New Fish Arrive, and then a bunch of stills that has a long runtime. It's a ton of stills from the film. So I forgot to mention, obviously, Clockwork Orange is rated R, so is Shawshank Redemption. The 4K of this also looks great. Now I will say, it looks fantastic. I'm not trying to shortchange it, but because of the movie being, there's lots of grays and blues, it's not as like sharp and colorful as some 4Ks would be, but it still is, like I said, an improvement over the Blu-ray. I don't think there's much more they can do for a transfer of this because of the colors in the film personally, but Shawshank Redemption, absolute classic, one that people should definitely grab if they don't already. If they own it on Blu-ray, I definitely recommend upgrading it to 4K along with Clockwork Orange. So I want to thank Warner Brothers Home Entertainment for sending me both of these to check out and review for you guys. Definitely do yourselves a favor, grab these, available in stores now. Well, this will be available in stores Tuesday. Shawshank is available in stores now. And thank you once again to Warner Brothers. Next up, we're going to talk about a movie that was pretty insane, based on a series of tweets. I talked about this movie. I assume it's been in a video already. Went and saw this in theaters. This movie was absolutely insane, and the fact that it's based on true story, although some liberties were taken with it, I highly recommend it. And it's the new A24 movie that's been put out by Lionsgate, and that is Zola, which tells you the story of Zola, who Isaiah King is her real name, and the movie is written and directed by, how am I going to pronounce this without butchering, Janica Bravo. And so basically, she's a dancer, Zola. She works at a restaurant to make ends meet. And one day at a restaurant, this girl walks in. I cannot think of her name, but she's played by Riley Keough. Why can't I think of her name? Come on. I can't think of her name, but she's also a dancer. She's with the guy. They say they're going to go to Florida because there are strip clubs in Florida that they can make thousands of dollars over a weekend because all the rappers and celebrities that go to these clubs, and they go on a trip, and this tells the story of that trip, and it is insane what happens. And like I said, based on a series of tweets. So what I recommend, watch the film and then Google and read the tweets. There's some stuff they changed, but a lot of it they nailed. The dialogue out of the movie, a lot of it was taken right out of the tweets. So this is from A24, which I've said before can be a hit or miss thing. We're going to look here. There's the slipcover and the Blu-ray. Comes with a digital copy code there. And then pretty standard Lionsgate artwork. And you'll notice the title's actually showing up as the @ sign in Zola because it's based on a Twitter story. So that's why they did that. The movie is just called Zola. I'll show you guys on the digital copy code. It's just Zola there. And that's how it was in movie theaters. It was listed as Zola. But this movie, the slipcover I also want to mention, the girls are glossy and the rest is like matte. Well, the title's glossy too, but the rest of the cover is like matte, which is cool. This movie's wild. It's only 85 minutes, but it is pretty crazy. I highly recommend checking this one out. I don't want to go into too much about the story, except for what I told you, because not knowing makes it more enjoyable. That's why I said don't read the tweets before. Try to read them after. It includes commentary by the editor and the director / writer of the film. Making of Zola, which I believe is about 12.5 minutes. It's called Y'all Want to Hear a Story. That's the first line of the movie. That's how she started her tweets out. And then there are deleted scenes with audio commentary that are about 5.5 minutes long. So Zola came out this past week, the 14th, so this is available in stores now. I definitely recommend checking this one out. It is a pretty wild, based on a true story situation, and check that out. So next up, also sent to me from Lionsgate Home Entertainment. This comes out this upcoming Tuesday, and we're gonna sidebar it for a second after I show you guys. But it is the Biography WWE Legends Volume 1 and Volume 2 sets. And why are we going to sidebar it? So these were on A&E. I watched all but one of them when they were on A&E. I did not get to watch the Booker T one. So when I got these to review, I had heard from a few of my friends, Jacob, Bob's Movie Review, and apparently there was an issue, and I want you guys to be aware of this just in case they're not able to fix it before they get released to stores. And what that is when I open my Volume 1 set, the discs are actually from Volume 2. So both sets included the Volume 2 DVDs. So we reached out to the firm that we work with to let them know about it. So just so you guys are aware, keep your receipts handy. There seems to be an issue with the Volume 1s. Now, with that being said, just like I said, keep your eyes out. Hopefully they resolve the issue. I hope they resolve the issue because I'd love to get a hold of Volume 1 so I can watch the Booker T documentary. But these documentaries, for the most part, are absolutely fantastic. Bridget, my girlfriend, watched most of them with me. I know she watched Stone Cold. She's a big fan. I believe she watched Macho Man with me, Shawn Michaels. There was only like one or two I watched by myself that she didn't really have interest in because she loves documentaries, and obviously I love wrestling. So he's actually offered up some new stuff. They were really well done. Lots of current faces in there. There are a few that I had issues with, mainly the Macho Man one, which kind of went off more on a tangent, talking about Miss Elizabeth and Lex Luger. But I mean, the problem is so many documentaries have been done about certain people on here. Stone Cold, Rowdy Piper, Shawn Michaels, Ultimate Warrior. The Mick Foley one is probably my favorite. It's outstanding. The Bret Hart one's very good as well. There's no bonus features, but each disc has a 5-hour and 40-minute runtime. So these are, 120 or hour and 25-minute documentaries basically, because they were 2 hours on TV. And just highly entertaining. I definitely recommend picking these up. Like I said, they come out this Tuesday. A suggested retail price of $19.98, so they'll probably be like, I would guess, $14.99. So you're getting 4 documentaries for $14.99. If you're a fan of wrestling, definitely check these out. If you're a fan of documentaries and are curious about some of the names here, so Volume 1 features Booker T, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Macho Man Randy Savage, and Rowdy Roddy Piper. Volume 2 here features Bret the Hitman Hart, Ultimate Warrior, Shawn Michaels, and Mick Foley. So a lot of the huge names of the 80s and 90s featured on these, and they're just very well done. Like I said, just be careful about Volume 1. I'm not trying to take anything away from the product. We actually wanted to let them know so the issue could get resolved before it was too late. So hopefully that can get fixed. I also thought, maybe I'm wrong. No, I'm wrong. I was going to say I thought they were MODs, but they're not. They're pressed discs. So, yep, they're pressed discs. So hopefully they get that resolved. These will be available this coming Tuesday, the WWE Biography Legends Volume 1 and 2. And last but not least, the folks over at Mill Creek sent me a couple titles that come out this coming Tuesday. They're catalog titles. So this one we'll talk about first. I've never seen this film. It is a Ron Howard movie with an all-star cast, and that is Frost Nixon, which features Michael Sheen, Frank Langella, Kevin Bacon, Rebecca Hall, Matthew McFadden, Toby Jones, Oliver Platt, Sam Rockwell, Certified Fresh. This movie's been on my to-watch list for quite some time, so wanted to grab this from Mill Creek. Nominated for 5 Oscars. What kind of runtime do we got here? 2 hours and 2 minutes. From 2008. So definitely curious to check this one out in the future. Obviously, we're getting into Halloween time. I have my new Halloween t-shirt here that I'm repping. So there's going to be a lot more scary movies watched for me, but trying to squeeze in other stuff as well. And then we have a Girls Night In double feature. I was pretty excited about this one. Of course, I recently got this Top movie on Blu-ray from Pam, I believe. But it is a double feature of Meet Joe Black and Wimbledon. And Wimbledon has actually been on my wish list for quite some time. I believe it was like a Universal Archive. I think it's a Universal MOD or limited pressing, because Universal seems to have put out a bunch of titles that have held their $20 price point. And you can never usually find them in stores. Off the top of my head, stuff like How High and Wimbledon like popped to the top of my mind because they were both on my wish list. But Mill Creek has released this double feature. So Meet Joe Black I've never seen. Wimbledon I really love, and I've seen. Meet Joe Black is 181 minutes. Wimbledon 98 minutes. Meet Joe Black stars Brad Pitt, Anthony Hopkins, Claire Forlani, Marcia Gay Harden, Jeffrey Tambor. And then Wimbledon stars Kirsten. I always screw her name up. I say Kristen Dunst and Kirsten Wade, even though it's flip-flopped. Kirsten Dunst and Paul Bettany, also Sam Neill and Jon Favreau, and I really enjoyed that movie. So I'll just get rid of my Meet Joe Black Blu-ray that I have and keep the double feature set. And I'm excited to revisit Wimbledon, but I'm even more excited to watch Meet Joe Black. Bridget recommends I check it out, so I need to see it. So that is from Mill Creek. These will both be available tomorrow, the 21st of September. So do yourselves a favor and grab these ones. Mill Creek always puts out great titles at affordable pricing. They just announced they're putting out Josie and the Pussycats on Blu-ray. I believe that's coming out in November. So they've been putting out lots of catalog stuff this year. Some multi-film sets, which is cool. So big thank you to Warner Brothers, Universal, as well as Mill Creek Home Entertainment for sending all this stuff for me to talk about and show you guys in this video. Quick, before we get into the spiel at the end, some of you guys have seen my photo on Instagram. I'm officially down 25 pounds as of right now. So thank you to all the kind words and supports. It's probably one of my most liked photos of the year. So thank you everybody for that. And thank you guys for supporting the channel. There's been a recent uptick of subscribers, which is nice. Pushing to get to 3,000 by the end of the year, but it's slow moving. So tell your friends if you think they'd be into my channel. Please recommend it. And thank you guys for supporting the channel. Be sure to check out the description box down below where you can find links to my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Letterboxd, where I rate and review all the movies that I watch, as well as my eBay store, Amazon wishlist, email address, P.O. box, blu-ray.com profile. All can be found down below. And thank you guys. So as always, until next time, who's down to movie?